Well, hey again.
Mark and Sharon here with 4x2 Travel, and we're here to talk about deck plans
Well, kind of, yes.
and dry dock.
And dry dock. So we are booked not on one cruise, but we are booked on two cruises. Not just two cruises, but two transatlantics.
Yes, and
So where are we going?
technically they're back to back,
But
they're not. So we're cruising from Miami to Southampton, and then from Southampton back to Miami. But there's this period of time between
just over 2 weeks between the two cruises.
arriving and departing.
And as soon as the schedule came out, people were going, what's happening? Is this a dry dock? And of course, that creates all sorts of speculation because the Joy had a similar itinerary early this year, and they had a dry dock. And there were some things that people liked and some things people didn't like.
So what does dry dock mean?
Technically, and I don't even know if this is really, but it goes back to the big shipyard where the ships are built, and they do major work. Now, I don't know if they put them on the stand and drain all the water out and scrape the hull wall. I don't know. They don't give us that kind of detail. But midsummer, finally, NCL dropped the news and said, this is what's going to happen during the dry dock. And there were some, hey, I like that. No, that's not a good one. And then some mixed stuff in there.
Everybody has an opinion.
That's true, but why
Why
change
make
it?
changes? Yeah.
I mean, I like the ship, so why mess with something? And what was the show we watched? It was a few
Is
years
that
ago.
Undercover Boss?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they actually had the guy from NCL, and he was pretending he was a deckhand of some kind. And the scene we remember, they had an ice rink up top. Now, it wasn't real ice. It was the
Plastic
plastic
stuff.
panels they put down, and you can kind
It's
of
what
ice
we
skate.
use in the South
Yeah.
for outside.
And so he was involved in this changeover because every time they used it, they had to put down the panels and take them back up. And it was a lot of work, and almost nobody used it. So he's going, this is getting pitched. So I'm sure, they want us to have this great, awesome experience, but at the same time, they have to make money.
Right, and I'm sure they're always trying to figure out what new bell and whistle can they add, and what works and what doesn't, and
what's going to attract new people.
Like sometimes ships get repurposed. So, the Joy was designed for an Asian market, and that's one of the reasons why the pool deck is
so
off
different.
center.
Yeah.
But that's another reason why they didn't have a thermal suite, right?
I think so. So
And
there's
so
just all those different things
that when they went into dry dock,
they got the spa.
yeah.
So what exactly is happening to the Encore? And so I think,
Did you pull out your crystal ball?
but looking at what they told us, I've gone and looked at the deck plans because the deck plans online now mostly actually show the changes that are expected through the dry dock. Also, we are going to be, since we're on both cruises, we'll actually be able to see it. But for right now,
And
we're
verify whatever.
We're gonna break from the studio and we're gonna transition to the laptop and look at the actual deck plans and show you, and also an artist rendering of one of the big changes. But so we're going to switch and do that right now. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at the deck plans through the website, and then also look at the deck plans side by side, pre-dry dock, post-dry dock. So when I want to look at deck plans on one of the ships, there's different ways you can find them, but I go to NCL's website, the ncl.com, and I'm going to go over here to Explore, go down to the different cruise ships, because of course every ship's a little different. So we're talking about the Encore. So I'm going to go down here, explore the ship. Now it's going to pull up all this information about the ship, highlights, different things about the food, destinations. I'm going to go down to staterooms, and down here it's deck plans. So it's going to come up, and the default is deck 8, and you can see it's got a little bit of an index, and you can see all the different things on deck 8, as well as even the cabins. And we can go up here and we can switch it to say deck 16, pool deck. Again, an index, the big garden cafe buffet area, and the pool deck. So that's how I've gotten the different deck plans I'm going to compare. I already had the ones from before the current deck plans. They've already edited most of the deck plans to reflect what is going to happen during the dry dock. So I'm going to go down, and I've got all of that stuff side by side. And as we mentioned, there's the thumbs up and thumbs down. So I'm going to start with the thumbs up. So if we go up to deck 18, here in the back, up on 18 is laser tag. And it's every cruise we've been on, it's been vacant, rarely used, maybe during spring break with a younger crowd. Maybe it got some use, but it's an area that most of the time during the year, no use. At the same time, on ships like the Joy that have a Spice H2O, it's a very popular venue. It's adults only. It's a great outdoor area with hot tubs and its own bar and everything. So I'm going to just make this all a little bit bigger. So what they did was, hey, let's put in an Spice H2O in the Encore, but we're also going to bring in some of the elements that they found to be very popular with the new Prima class. So if we look at the artist's rendering, it's a pretty cool spot area. You do have the bar, you have some comfortable seating in the wings, you have the lounge chairs, some tables, chairs, and a couple hot tubs, and this, what they call an infinity pool. It's a pool right up against the edge of the deck. So this is one of those really big thumbs up things. People are going to love this additional outdoor space, and in place of laser tag, which was never used. So now we're going to go to the thumbs down. So deck 15, observation lounge, one of the favorite amenities or spaces in the classes of ships that have it, like the Joy. The observation lounge has this really open lounge area with floor-to-ceiling windows. There's a little Starbucks, there's a bar. They also have small buffets, finger foods and stuff, and drinks and coffee down both sides. And all of this area is groups of comfortable seating up against the glass. And it covers the space all the way from the front of the ship to the forward stairs and elevator section. And what they did with the Joy and what they're going to do with the Encore is they're going to take away some of that space on the port side and put in 24 balcony cabins. You know, again, they've got to make money, and they see this as a way to increase profits. I hear that. Some people are going, oh my gosh, the ship's going to be, it's already crowded. There's going to be too many people. I don't think the 50 to 100 extra people are going to make a big difference in the overall passenger crowdedness on the ship. I think the big question is, will there be a problem finding seating in the observation lounge? Now, of course, we've offset, and we now have the Spice H2O, which gives more outside, but inside seating. Now, Sharon and I, when we were on the Joy, we never were able to get a seat up front, but we always found seating down one of the wings. So what we're going to find out is when we cruise right after the dry dock. Now, of course, it's might not be a full capacity ship, but the question is it going to impact being able to find seating on the observation lounge? So understand why they did it, but they're taking away a piece of one of the favorite locations on the ship. So most people are going to give that a thumbs down. Now, because we could, on the return trip, we're actually booked in one of these new cabins. And of course, somewhere people are going, isn't that a little risky? What if it isn't finished? And that's a very good question. And we're going to find out. What happens if our cabin is not finished? Or if it is finished, what is it like? And we'll report back on that. So we had the thumbs up with the Spice H2O edition, thumbs down, losing some of the observation lounge. Now we'll go with some of the mixed review. So one of the things they're going to do, of course, again, they look at all the analytics and how they tweak and change and remodel dining areas. So the ship has all of these little shops. There's a bake shop, gelato, and Coco's, which is chocolate. And so I personally have never bought anything from one of those extra places because I always found plenty of complimentary food that was good. Evidently, not that many people bought stuff at Coco's, which is right here on deck 6. And it's right next to Teppanyaki, which is pretty much always full at night, and sometimes hard getting a reservation for there. So what they're doing is Coco's goes away, Teppanyaki expands and takes over that space, gives a little bit more seating for Teppanyaki. So most people are going to like that change. So then let's go up 2 decks to deck 8. Cagney's back here, one of the favorite all-time specialty restaurants, great steakhouse. Next to it is Los Lobos, Mexican fare, mixed. You know, if you look at social media, you have those that are going, oh my gosh, it's the best place to eat on the ship, I love it. And others are going, dude, I can get tacos back home. It's not I never eat there. Anyway, they've run the numbers, I'm sure, and decided that Cagney's is maybe overbooked again, very popular. Los Lobos, not as much. So they're going to take out Los Lobos and just expand Cagney's into that area. So that's a mixed review kind of a thing. Then the other thing they're going to do is up here, we have Ocean Blue, seafood. We ate there on the Joy. It was okay. It was seafood, but nothing spectacular. And I think what they have found is seafood's a great kind of a specialty restaurant. But again, on the new Prima Viva ships, they introduced a Mediterranean seafood, just a little bit notch up, a little bit more special, and it's called the Palomar, if I have that pronounced correctly. So in place, Ocean Blue goes out, and they're going to put in a Mediterranean seafood, which I'm sure is going to change the decor a little bit and the menu, and that includes on some of these ships the dining has an outdoor part to it if the weather's okay, that you can eat outside. Now, this is what it looks like now, at least what I could find. That's not my photo, that's Ocean Blue on their website. And then this is what Palomar looks like, at least on the Viva. So to me, I'm not seeing that that's really Mediterranean so much, but they will change, at least update the decor, I'm sure, make it a little fresher in that area. And, you know, if we want to look at the, compare the two, because we can. So we're going to look at like the appetizers. And I think, yes, we have scallops and this tuna avocado tower and roasted beets. And these all are just a little bit more, you know, the grilled prawns, grilled octopus, Greek village salad, however you pronounce this, seafood salad. So again, just I think kicking it up a notch. You can look at also the main menu. Again, ocean blue is you know, seafood. A fisherman's platter, simply grilled fish, and now we have Mediterranean sea bass, and however you pronounce festoni, sea scallops, colossal black tiger shrimp, a little bit of a supplement, whole fish for two. So I think that's going to be a positive change. I think Sharon and I will definitely try out the new Mediterranean seafood, assuming that it has been finished and is open for business when we get on the ship. So anyway, those are the different changes. Now they're also changing, they say, some of the haven. I think creating some like 3-bedroom apartment kind of things. Now that doesn't impact many of us at all. We've never been able to get into afford the haven, maybe someday, but there's a couple tweaks up there. But what we've just gone through is by far pretty much everything that was on the official news blurb that came out from NCL about what they intend to do during the dry dock. Again, this is between the transatlantic Miami to Southampton, UK, that goes from November 3rd through the, I think, 17th. And then it takes a break until December the 3rd, where it goes across and gets all the dry dock work done, comes back, and then sails back to Miami. So anyway, now we're going to take it back to the studio and wrap this up. Hey, we're back in the studio. We've looked at the deck plans.
Oh, it was awesome, huh?
I hope that was helpful.
Yep.
And you can decide whether which change was thumbs up or thumbs down, or you're ambivalent toward it.
Still undecided.
But again, we're going to be on that.
Both the first and the last.
And
or the last and the first, really.
Yes. So we're going to be right on the ship as soon, right out of dry dock. And so it's going to be what got finished.
Yep.
What didn't get finished.
Yep.
And especially, I think the biggest one is, can you still find seating in the observation lounge?
Right.
And how awesome is the new Spice H2O?
Yep.
As well as the dining changes. So we'll report back all of that to you.
Yep.
And again, do us a thumbs up.
Yeah, give us a thumbs up. Please like and share. Subscribe. Ring the bell if you want to be notified for our next video.
Add a comment.
And let us know what your predictions are. So what do you think is going to happen? How much is going to get finished? What's going to be left?
And all that, and a bag of chips. So again, thank you for watching, and we hope you have an excellent adventure with your upcoming cruises.
And travel well.
Travel well.